Hello, everybody. Chris Wood here. Sorry I'm a little late tuning in from when I said I was gonna. For anybody that might come on, tune in. I hope everybody's having a good day on November 5th. It's actually kind of warm out still here where I am. I did come on here. I am a 5-year revenge retaliation, full physical identity theft victim, full physically changed physical identity theft victim for the course of 5 years, injuring, torturing, skull splitting, deforming, mutilations, medical blacklisting, treatment refusals, file falsifications, discriminations, lies, time buying, cover ups, arrest refusals, false arrest, kidnapping, sex assault is what I have been through, along with my identity theft, stalking. My mother was tortured and murdered. 2 of my dogs were killed. Ones that are responsible: Ontario Provincial Police, human trafficking, sex slavery trafficking, torture crimes, and murders. I spoke of their human trafficking and the homeless exploitation for monetary gain out of a place called the Morning Star Mission in Napanee. As a result, my skull has been split, my brain has been split, my body's been mutilated. I have been tortured, injured, and not been able to do a damn thing about it. O.p.p chief, year 2019, drove a white Jeep Wrangler. Staff sergeants, years 2019, 2021. Shannon Cork, Robert Lucas, Dave Weiss, Constable Ward. Stacy, a mental health worker, was Napanee Daily Tea Company, now Kingston AMHS. And Shelley Hafner, or Huffner. Dr. Tatiana V, or Dr. Margie V, aka Tatiana V, name and file falsifier, medical blacklister. Girlfriend to Stacy, AMHS Kingston now. Dr. Joy Hadley, Dr. Barton, Dr. McGregor, Dr. Waldron, Dr. Pritchard, ex-CEO Cubby Duck, and patient relations Brown are all criminally negligent, involved in co-committing and covering up with criminal intent again to prevent anything legal on themselves and others for the crimes that they are guilty of, including the justice of the peace, obstructions, threats, intimidations, false arrest to prevent anything legal on her as well. Their accomplices, they're drug traffickers, they're sex offenders, they're sex slave traffickers, and the ones that are highly protected because they are their accomplices. Robert Cross, aka Bill Woldridge, approximately 70, bald, glasses, a child stalker pedophile for the ex-O.p.p chief, a heroin addict, very seriously dangerous and psychotic, lives at 149 Center Street North. I shouldn't be giving addresses, but he needs to be arrested. 149 Center Street North. He is also allegedly Hells Angels Ontario chapter captain. There is one Blair Frederick Hardy who is guilty of identity thefts, frauds, welfare, disability, old age pension frauds, stalking, kid or sex assaults, rapes, and attempted murder and murder. He is also guilty of stalking my mother with the one known as Robert Cross, Bill Woldridge. He has many alias names he uses. Tyler Teabag Lake, he is guilty of killing my dog in 2023. He is Robert Kane, 7224, Ontario, Lennox and Addington, Ontario Provincial Police drug cop, drug fed, money paid piece of shit. He is guilty of, like I said, killing my dog, guilty of attempted murder on me. Jason Gimpy Two-Step and Allstein is guilty of identity theft with the intent to commit identity fraud, disability, and insurance fraud. Everyone named, they have an insurance policy out on me as well. There is Tyler T. Big, there is Raymond LeBlanc, who is a child groomer, drug trafficker, a stalker, guilty of attempted murder. Bert the Hitman Hustler, he is a sex slave trafficker, alleged NHL hockey player for the Philadelphia Flyers and Hartford Whalers. He is guilty of torture crimes and attempted murder. Robert Berry, he is a sex slave trafficker, he is a truck driver, and a possible serial killer. Dale Hartwick, he is guilty of identity theft with the intent to commit homicide for drop charges for a stabbing he committed against his wife's boyfriend or ex-wife's boyfriend, whatever the case may be by now. And Dale Hartwick's boyfriend, Tony Anthony Axel Rose Hearns, is guilty of attempted murder. He is guilty of injuring, torture crimes, attempted paralyzing me, and attempted homicide with the intent to commit. These are all O.p.p. drug-fed, money-paid pieces of shit. They're untouchables. 5 years of going through this, including my mother being killed and my dogs being killed, and the reason it happened was me speaking of police crimes. Hey, how are you? Simon Cutters. How are you doing tonight? I would like to say I'm doing good, but I'm all right. I'm okay. Thank you. I'm alive, and that's the main thing. What's going on? I am a 5-year slave traffic victim of Lennox and Addington, Ontario Provincial Police and their accomplices. I have been injured, I have been tortured, I have been kidnapped, I have been sex assaulted, I have been seriously mutilated, I have been medically blacklisted, I have been kidnapped, I have been lied about. I have, right now, as I'm doing this, the whole right side of my head and my face is completely and totally numb. My skull has been split into sections. I have been through full physical identity theft, identity changes, which I can prove 100% without being able to get any help. My legal rights, my medical rights, my human rights have been taken. False arrest, kidnapping, sex assaults, arrest refusals, extortion, stalking. My mother was stalked and killed. 2 of my dogs were tortured and killed. And the reason it happened was because of me speaking of O.p.p, human trafficking, and homeless exploitation out of a place called the Morning Star Mission in Napanee since 2019. I was shot by ex-O.p.p chief before he left Napanee on the corner of Bridge Street and Center Street in Napanee. Not by a bullet, but by something that went into my ear. And then he conveniently left Napanee. And I was starting to get stalked after that. And I was having a lot of problems after I was shot with whatever it was. I went to the hospital and I was pretty much medically blacklisted after that. And I have not been able to get any help or proof or treatment of any kind in the last 5 years since this happened. 100% fucking revenge retaliation on me. $22,000 extortion to have anybody arrested because they are accomplices with them for the O.p.p. They're all drug traffickers. They're all sex slave traffickers. They're all sex offenders, each and every one that's involved with this. My medical rights, my legal rights, my human rights have been taken from me. Yeah, the cops. I expose the cops for their human trafficking and their homeless exploitation for monetary gain and other crimes, their drug trafficking crimes and other shit that were taking place within Napanee with them and others, causing homelessness, doctors being criminally involved in co-committing in crimes and cover-ups, having victims falsely charged to prevent anything legal on criminal fucking doctors or anyone else in an attempt to buy time. I've been through it all. Kidnapping. I was kidnapped 24 hours after asking for help with what has taken place with me by one Shelley Hafner, who is a mental health worker and an O.p.p. Ontario Provincial Police cop. So yeah, this is a revenge, retaliation, everything that's going on, and that I have been through with proof. I have my videos, which are on my channel, to show a lot, and I also have TikTok, which I show a lot on there that's not on here, as well as my Instagram and my Facebook as well, with pictures, like full physical 100% deforming, full physical 100% identity theft and identity change I have been through, and being called a delusional, hallucinating retard by doctors, even after them not wanting to see proof. So I have been prevented from everything. I have been seriously mutilated, my lungs, my kidneys, the full right side of my head and my body, my brain, completely and totally deformed in serious ways that are pretty much beyond belief, but yet I've been through it with proof. And when people are disappearing and being illegally locked up and being framed, it is through the police who are doing it. Murdered and missing, it is through the police who are doing it. It is through doctors, it is through their fucking accomplices, it is through their lies, their time buying. And the ones that this is happening to is poor, elderly, disabled, causing homelessness and unhomelessness, homeless people, to getting away with it. They're involved with selling laced fentanyl to cause overdose murders and using that bullshit narrative against their victims as being drug users. I've had it used on me, and I am not a drug user. I am against drugs. I've lost family members and a lot of friends because of that junk. I have nothing to do with any kind of fucking drugs, and I want nothing to do with it, but that lie was cast on me. And that's when they're causing these drug overdoses. They're using that narrative to get away with it. Just another person that was a drug addict or whatever, and they ended up dying from it. My niece died from a fentanyl overdose after taking that fucking crap one time in her life. I am highly against drugs. I'm trying. Thank you so much. I appreciate all the support or any support I can get. So, without giving a precise location, whereabouts you chatting from? Thank you. No, I have nothing to do with that. I don't even drink alcohol. West Europe. Wow, the Netherlands. Nice. I myself actually wouldn't mind going to Norway. Well, actually, all over Norway, Switzerland. I am Canadian, yes. But I do have some Norwegian blood in me. I have blood in me from that region. Yes, yeah, I am Canadian, and it is getting bad here. So the police here and a lot of other people are turning on the citizens, and they're becoming very seriously dangerous and corrupt. Is what's happening here. Yeah, I actually live in Ontario, Canada, in a small little place, which I like. I was homeless for just a little over a year as well, living on the street and doing the shelters and all that kind of no fun stuff that nobody should have to go through. Nobody. Oh, thankfully I'm not now, but I was. Yeah, and it's nothing I would wish on anyone. Nobody deserves it, regardless of who they are. Nobody deserves to be homeless, especially in the cold. But that has changed for me, and I am very, very thankful and grateful it has. See, back in 2019, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate hearing that and your support. One way or another. Oh, I'm definitely not giving up no matter what I go through, no matter what I've been through. I'm not giving up until somebody answers or pays legally for what they have done to me, for what they have done to my family, for what they have done to my bloodline, for what they have done to me physically, mentally, emotionally, medically, legally, humanly, full physically fucking changing me and falsely arresting to get my pictures, prints, and signatures to frame me while sitting on their ass, refusing to arrest anybody else who is involved. So I am getting seriously fucked even more. And if the ones named, if they could be arrested, I could prove 100% my DNA sharing with these low life pieces of shit garbage, because that's exactly what they are, because of what I have been through from them, through the fucking police. I used to be, before all of this started, before I spoke of anything, I had 150 IQ, maybe a bit more. It wasn't much, but anyway, I was meditating. I was spiritually growing. I was physically healing myself. I was helping myself mentally, physically, and I was trying to help others as well. And of course, when I found out that there was human trafficking going on, especially when it's being done against the homeless or anyone, I spoke up against it to try to warn people, and I myself became a victim and a target. And because of what I was shot with, it is called remote neuromonitoring, which is a police and military tech that's been in use since the 1960s. And what it does, it goes into a person's body, and it is a nano microchip implant, and I can prove my words that its existence of it. It's a nano microchip implant, and its main design for this is to destroy a person's central nervous system, i.e., hands free, done through computers, cell phones, and Wi Fi's. And that's all it takes, is once a person is pretty much activated with this shit in them. It also enables for invasive surveillance, to where whoever is using this on a victim can basically see like a hologram projection through the person and over the person. And yes, I do realize that it sounds crazy. I realize that for somebody who might not be aware of how crazy it sounds. But it is 100% proven, and I have proven it and can prove it again. And that is how I am basically going through my physical identity theft, my physical identity changes. The ones that are doing this and using this on me, they, like I said, they are heroin addicts, they are meth heads, they are crackheads, they are junkies, and they are sitting around taking turns back and forth with this shit 24/7 use on me. I have these low life pedophile garbage watching me piss, they watch me shit, they watch me sleep even. So, and once again, yes, I do realize, for somebody that might not be aware of what this technology is, of just how Twilight Zone crazy it may sound, but provable. And it is being used worldwide, worldwide on people, not just me, worldwide. But it's pretty bad when a simple microchip or whatever the fuck was shot into me. Since then, I have been through full physical identity theft and changes, and I can 100% prove by whom as well, who I now look like, because the way I look now is nothing like I used to even 6 months ago. That's how much I've changed, had done to me, and even the last 6 months, including having all my fucking teeth rotted out of my head, as well as that. So, yeah, it's disgusting. Everything's been done to me to try to make me look like a fucking drug user. Lies about that, lies about criminal record and history. I have none whatsoever. In no way, shape, or form have I ever been. I've never had a criminal record or history. I'm 52 years old, and I'm thankful to say that as well. Until I spoke of what's been going on and all of this shit began against me. Lies about long psychological record and history, which is not true in any way. I've never, ever, ever in my entire life been in any kind of psych hospital or anything else. So, but I had long hair at the time, and I have tattoos, and I had a long beard at the time. So I got a phone call when I was at a local hospital after this happened, and I was trying to find out what's happening to get help. They got a phone call stating those bullshit lies about me, and because that bullshit lies against me, I was not taken serious about what is happening, or was I able to get the proper help and proof, mainly MRIs. I've had CAT scans done August or November of 2019. I was refused to see the pictures, and the pictures were illegally given away to one cop named Spencer Mills. 14716 is actually his name and badge number, who is in possession of them. These junkies basically act like a bunch of leeches upon me every single day. I wake up in the morning and I have my coffee, and 5 minutes later, this shit starts happening to me every day until I go to bed. And then they even watch me sleep. Anyway, okay. I am going to sign off here, but I just wanted to come on and let everybody know that I am a 5-year revenge retaliation, and the ones responsible are Ontario Provincial Police. And yes, I can prove my full physical identity theft and my full physical identity changes, which I have been through, to prove this has really taken place with me. So I hope you hit the like, share, and subscribe. I hope you share this because it's very serious and important. If nothing else, at least that. Thank you. Be safe.